And okay, we're starting. All right. Well, hello everybody, and happy middle of June. Tomorrow's new release day, and I have no idea what we're getting. I haven't seen any posts that allude to anything or any sneak peeks. So it's pretty fun. Anticipation. I'm Katie Harlan, and Monica is going to speak in a minute, Monica Gagne, and we co-run this team, Zaya on Faya. If we haven't met you before, we have been reps for about a year and a half, and we love everything about this company, and we're so glad you're on the team with us. So tonight we're going to speak about Super Saturday and what it is and how you can run your own. And that's really the whole purpose of us doing this Super Saturday last weekend, is not only to get our local team together, but also so that we could practice and share with you guys what worked and what didn't, and things that you should know when you're running your own. So Super Saturday, let's first talk about the purpose behind Super Saturday. A Super Saturday is a chance to get a large group of people together to really bond over what you're doing together, because being on the computer is great and on a phone call is great, but it just doesn't replace that one-on-one in-person community. So that's the first purpose of Super Saturday. The second is the energy. Again, live events have a certain energy to them that you can't really duplicate when you're on your computer. I think it's a really great way to experience the company's culture when you get a group of people from the company in one place. And I also love that it allows leaders to emerge. When someone puts on an event like this, it really helps them not only feel like a leader, but be a leader. And when you act like a leader, you change the way that you run your business for the better, I think. So all of those reasons are our reasoning for starting to get these on the calendar. Now, our vision is for Super Saturdays to become a monthly or every 6 weeks or so event that happens all over the country throughout the company. I envision someday it being like a set weekend. We're not really there yet. So in the meantime, we wanted to train you and teach you what we've learned and share with you the files that you might need moving forward, and kind of let you go and book your own. I think the most important thing is to just do it, to put it on the calendar and do it. Monica and I knew that we might not have a ton of people at ours when we did it, but we did it anyway because we knew that you've got to start somewhere. And if you wait until there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of people, you might be waiting a long time. So it's important to just put it on the calendar and book it. When we set a date, I called and reserved the hotel room that day. It was like, okay, we're going to do this before we can back out. So let's talk about some of those logistics. First, you do need to book a venue. Now, we chose to book a paid place because I had a place in mind, a local hotel. They have conference rooms, and I just thought it would be perfect because I had been to an event there, and I loved the setup. We paid about $200 for the room. I did not really price shop. It was kind of like, we want this place, we want this date, we're gonna get it, and we got it. You of course can find free places. I definitely wanted ATV equipment though, like an overhead projector. I wanted a mic in case we needed one, and I wanted some sort of catering. We originally were gonna do like coffee and tea and like snacks. We ended up just doing cookies, but you certainly don't have to pay a place. I'm sure many of you can think of places that would do it for free. The key is it needs to be a place, I think, that's accessible to people, not just physically accessible, but it sounds accessible. So yes, we could do it in a pop-up or in a gym or a studio, but I wanted it to be more professional and a business setting so that it conveyed the business opportunity when we talked about it. So think about your venue. Monica and I came from another company, and we did Super Saturday all the time, and we were in different venues. We were in big churches. We were in little churches. We were in, ballrooms and hotel rooms and outside. And I mean, it was kind of all over, but it is interesting how the venue does, it is important. It is important. It sets the tone. Of course, you need the right size venue, but if you are going to choose a place where you have to pay an amount for the room, you need to be recouping the funds somehow. And this was important to Zach Bradley when we spoke, because he said people are not going to do this if they have to just shell out hundreds of dollars. So we set up an Eventbrite link, and I'll show you Eventbrite in a little bit after Monica talks. But Eventbrite is free. You can just create your profile on there, and you can create an event, and it walks you through it. It kind of is like a Facebook event. It's very simple, but it lets you set up ticket prices. And we charged $5 for the tickets, and guests were free. Now, we did not recoup all of the money we spent, but we were learning, and that wasn't really the point of this anyway. The money isn't ever going to make you money. It's just to kind of recoup any of those expenses of reserving the room. Also, if you do some sort of a raffle or giveaway, it can help pay for that as well. So Eventbrite is really cool though, because you can link it directly to Facebook. And when I did that, it automatically created a Facebook event. It was really cool. That syncing was kind of a newer thing. Let's see. Definitely promote it on social, but also reach out to people individually, just like we do for everything. Like I said, we had snacks, we had cookies. We didn't need them, but we had them. We did a raffle. I thought that was really fun. Monica and I just pulled some prizes that we had, socks and hats, and Monica had a cool Zaya mug, and we raffled those off. And then we also brought samples of the clothes. So we had a variety of sizes in the bras and the pants, just from our own inventory. And we brought the newest items for people to touch and feel. And that was really cool, because Monica had just grabbed the products right from her mailbox on the way over, some of the newer products like the turquoise and the casual purple shorts and black shorts. And our reps hadn't seen them yet in person, so they got to touch them and feel them and try them on, and the guests were there, and that was really good. I definitely think that's an important part, is to bring the clothes so people can see them in real life. Another thing you might consider for your Super Saturday event is a workout. Getting people together for a free workout, a free or $5 workout, always entices people. People love a good group workout. We used to do that with our other company a lot. We decided not to do it for this first one, but I think it's something we would totally be interested in doing another time. Maybe a lower impact workout so people aren't super sweaty, but those are details you can figure out. The basic idea is that you want to get people together. You want to keep it relatively short. We did from 2 to 4, and that was perfect. We were able to do a business presentation and talk with our team and do some training and look at the clothes, and we were out of there by 4. So it was perfect. And Monica's going to go over the business presentation. But again, I think the most important part is just getting it on the calendar and just doing it. Getting together with any reps in your area, inviting all of your people, and it doesn't have to be reps from this team. It can be reps from the wider team too. So from the company. I think that's it, Monica. So I'll mute and let you talk about the presentation.
All right. Can you hear me now? Okay. I'm going to share my screen here. All right. So this is just a little blurb here of our agenda that we did for Super Saturday. We started with just a welcoming the guests and our reps in, and then Katie and I started the PowerPoint business presentation, and we just kind of decided before the presentation who was going to take which slides, just so it went smoothly. So we did the presentation, and then after the presentation, we had asked a couple of the girls from our team if they would just share their testimonials. So we had two girls do that. And then after the testimonials were over, we had a short break. So during that break, we had the snack, we did the raffle, we had the closeout, and that was where we told the guests if they, they were welcome to stay, but we were going to do a little bit of team training. If they were ready to go, they could just head out at that point. So that kind of gave us a break and gave our guests, an opportunity to leave if they didn't want to stay for the second part of the Super Saturday. So we probably took, I don't know, I think it ended up being 15 or 20 minutes for that break, because we had people looking at the clothes, people were trying the clothes on, just, watering cookies. And then when we got back, we had a panel. Again, we just had two girls from our team on the panel. And we were just talking about the two girls that we had chosen had been.
Hey, Monica,
yeah.
Will you just try holding it like that?
Holding what, like?
Your mic, because Tasha can't hear you very well.
Here, let me try. No?
That's better. Yeah, that's better. Yep.
Okay. Let me turn it up. Okay. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. So we had chosen two girls from our team that had been, in the top 10 for sales for the last few months. So they got up and they talked about how they made their sales, but then we also opened it up for questions. So gosh, I think we probably spent a good half hour or so just, letting the two girls that were on the panel answer questions. Katie and I answered some questions. We also kind of opened it up to the group to, ask and answer questions. So we had planned some additional training after the panel, but actually we didn't even need it. It ran us right to about 3:45 or so. And then we had our closing, and everybody, like Katie said, was out of there by 4. So we started a little after 2. We were scheduled to start at 2, but by the time everybody got there and got sat down and stuff, it was probably close to 2:30 when we actually started it. So I said it would probably took us about an hour and a half total for everything. So, all right. So I'm going to show you the presentation here. All right. So Katie and I just kind of came up with this PowerPoint. So we just kind of started with, this is the opportunity, and we're going to talk about, why you should join us. The second slide was meet the presenters. So obviously I had a picture of Katie and I on there, and we just talked briefly, very briefly about ourselves and how we got started in Zaya. And then we moved on to, how many people do you know that wear activewear? Again, we just kind of answered that question, everybody. And then from there, the activewear industry is expected to grow to over $70 billion in 2020. So Katie just talked a little bit about how, activewear isn't going anywhere except for up. Everybody's wearing it. Now is the time to jump in and do this. And then we just briefly talked about how Zaya, the time is right for Zaya, because we still only have about 10,000 reps in the entire company. And then we went over some of the other MLMs that have, 3 million distributors and 250 distributors. And then Katie just added a little bit. She had watched a YouTube video about, what was it? That company? Oh, LuLaRoe. So she had just kind of briefly talked about that. So we just use these slides just to, just as talking points. So why is Zaya the right company to partner with? Well, then we went into the superior product, the quality, the price, the comfort, and style. We did not read through each one of the descriptions below. We just kind of talked about why we love Zaya, why we love it compared to other companies, why I like it better than Lulu, the price, the feel, the pocket, I kind of went into that. We told a story about a girl that we had just talked to at the gym that morning that said, she wore Lulus and she was pulling them up and she couldn't wait to get back into her Zayas. So we just
kind of elaborated on that a little bit. And then we talked about our awesome leadership and just, briefly talked about how they, have been offering the extra 15% commission. We told a story about Abby and our team, how she had sent Katie and I an awesome message, and Katie reached out to Erin just to say, did you see this? And Erin said, I'm going to reach out to her. Just little tidbits about our corporate and why we love them and what they do for us and how much they, actually care. So talked about that. And then I talked about how awesome our team is and how our team culture is amazing and how positive we all are and how we uplift and help each other. So that's what that slide is all about. Katie talked about our mission statement. And then we went into our 4 pillars. And then Katie also described what Zaya is doing this summer with the community activity uplift and light, and how we're incorporating our customers into this thing that we're doing. And then people are going to buy activewear. They can buy from Target, Lulu, or they can buy from you. That was just kind of the way we ended that. And then we got into the timing of the company. So we just talked about, we got this slide from Zaya talking about the growth of the company, just showed the graph, and then how we've grown, more in January to May than we did in all of 2017 and 18 combined, which is amazing. And then the income opportunities with Zaya. Katie went into sales, our commissions, how we sell, through parties, through gyms, boutiques. And then she, talked about just our commission. And then we talked about growing a team. Katie briefly talked about the money and just about how you, by adding people to your team, you're going to get that residual income. Oh, also with the timing, back to the timing, we talked about what Sam Higginson had talked about with MLMs and how they, hit their exponential growth at 36 to 72 months. And we said that Zaya is in month 30. So that's how we started that timing one. Sorry about that. I forgot about that. And then the investment, we talked about the starter kit. We showed a picture of the current starter kit. And I also brought the items from the current starter kit to just lay on the back table so people could see what came in the starter kit. And then we made sure that we put this little disclosure in because we were talking about, Katie was, showing the money there for the different levels, and we just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that it is, directly dependent on their efforts and their skills. So then we just closed it with a thank you, and we opened it up to questions. And then, like I said, the next part was the testimonials that we went into after the PowerPoint. All right, let me get back through there. So that is kind of it in a nutshell. And we're going to, that Google slide or document will be available. I think I'll probably just upload it to Trello. So it'll be there for you. And then really the only thing that you would need to add to it was, your meet the presenters, whoever's presenting, obviously you change that slide. And we can probably use this for a while, at least for a few more months until we have, more than 10,000 reps in the company where we have to change that slide. But otherwise, I feel like it's something that can be used for a while, that we won't have to be changing too often. So I will get that uploaded, and then I will also put the agenda in Trello. Anything else, Katie?
That was great. I just remembered that we had a presentation rolling as people were coming in, and I really liked it. So I want to show you guys that. We can upload this too, but I think this would be a good thing to kind of keep new. So to make your own, especially if you're not on this team. Okay, so we did this slide. This shows Zaya Paid My. And so we collected these testimonials from our team. And so this was just rolling as people were coming in. And it was just, I don't know, it's just cool. So something like that I think would be a good idea too. Okay. Anything else that we forgot, Monica?
I don't think so. I think we kind of covered it all. And
okay. I'm going to stop the recording and then we can take questions.